Back-to-back comeback wins for the Red Hot Birds, the class of the American League this year. And in Houston tonight, two of the top three teams in the junior circuit head-to-head for the second time. It's the Astros and the Orioles. And it's a fascinating matchup because you've got two ground ball specialists dueling head-to-head. Hunter Brown, 52.4% ground ball rate. He plays host to Kyle Gibson, who's got a 49.1% ground ball rate. Two of the top ground ball artists in the American League. So my question for Harold Reynolds and Carlos Pena is, you're going to the ballpark on a night like tonight, and you know that they're going to try to make you hit it on the ground. Is it in your mind? What can you do to prepare for that? And do you take those at-bats any differently than you would a different kind of pitcher?
Yeah, it's all about what you're looking for. You want to make sure he elevates the ball. And everybody's going to make a mistake. They're not going to live here the whole night. So you're just trying to make sure you get a pitch that's up where you can handle it.
Easier said than done, though, I would.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know
no doubt about it.
You know what the thing is, too? You have, from a left-hander's perspective, right? So if I'm standing on,
you
on
guys,
this left-handed box,
do your thing.
you come this way.
All right.
So if I'm standing here, right, and I got a righty that sinks the ball down there, you have to be so disciplined. Like you say, hey, raise your sights, right? So I'm going to raise my sights. That means I have to have a shape in my mind of where I want that pitch to start. But what does that mean, Harold? That if he paints down there, I have to take it. Because, you know, you have to go, okay, boom, strike one. You can't be like, man, I got to swing at that. That's what he wants you to do.
Well, and the difference with these two guys, too, is the velocity. This is 95 sink. This isn't like Jamie Moyer sink. You know, sorry, no offense, Jamie. But you can get right on the plate with him and take it away. These guys, you don't really get right on top of the plate and take away that ball.
So you know, okay, look, I'm facing a Sinkerballer today. He wants me to put the ball on the ground. So now I have an approach. I'm going to raise my sights, okay. Another thing that I'll do, too, the bat that you use. You know, you don't ever want to be switching. I used to switch, but, you know, I understand people like to be consistent. But guess what? When you have a bat like this one, like, just feel it. Top heavy, thin handle, thin handle. So guess what? It's going to be easy or easier to roll over with this bat, right? With this one. Top heavy, you come like this, you're being handsy. It's easy to do this, right? Because of how heavy it is here, how thin it is here.
Control that barrel,
So guess what? You know what I used to do? Okay, a big Sinkerballer, go with a bat that was a little bit more balanced, thicker handle, and I would actually go deeper in my hands, not so much the fingers, right? That way, it's harder for me to roll over. It's easier to stay through the baseball. Stay in line, that just keep going. You know, Mookie Betts. Have you seen Mookie Betts in the on-deck circle? How hard he's been working over the last few years. This is after meeting J.D. Martinez. He has been working on, even in the on-deck circle, staying palm up, you know, palm up and palm down position as long as possible. And you'll see him go almost, it's awkward, but he's trying to really exaggerate that I'm not going to roll over. I'm not rolling over, right? So that's what I would think. If I have a big Sinkerballer, I would like, all right, listen, raise your sights, and you really have to work on staying through the baseball.
Got to be disciplined, and they want you to chase. And the other thing is they're not going to throw as many strikes. There's more balls swung that are not strikes than actual strikes. And you're going to get them in the count where they have to throw a strike. And you just have to stay disciplined. I think one of the best Sinkerballers when he was rolling, he won an MVP, was Dallas Keuchel.
Yeah.
Keuchel was tough to lay off of because you really had to be disciplined on.
This is what you want to say young, right?
We want to say young again real quick.
All right.
So let's show some people at home. Here's what I mean, all right? They want to live down here, right? So when you're raising your sights, it means you want to get that ball where it's going to be in this area.
Man, I used to really exaggerate. Remember we were talking about over-exaggerating?
Yeah.
I would think, look, this pitch has to start above my waist. Above my waist. I'm working from here down. That way, if the ball started knee-high, it looked so different. That's not what I want, and I would take it. But if you start looking like, no, I'm going to look over here, you will swing at this one. And if you look here, you'll swing at this one. So I would make it, get it up here. Get it up here, and you know what? If he paints outside in the corner, give it to him. And I would have this bat with a thicker handle and deeper in my hands.
Well, he really
stayed through.
He thought through this, Matt. He thought through it a lot. Way more than I did. I was like, just make sure he gets it up.